If it were you or I in a hospital and we were discharged, normally we would go home to recover, be taken care of by a loved one. But a homeless person doesn't have a home.
Once they leave the hospital, they're out of sight, out of mind, and they were not getting the follow-up care that they needed.
About 5 years ago, the city of Los Angeles passed an ordinance making it illegal for hospitals to quote-unquote dump homeless patients on the street. And so hospitals were keeping homeless patients on average 4 days longer than they needed to be because they didn't have any place to send them.
Hey, we've got a patient ready to head to recuperative care, so I wanted to double check.
The recuperative care program allows us to take care of homeless patients that are discharged from hospitals. Our sites are motels.
Hi, here's your medications.
We can set up a pod in about 3 to 4 weeks. And when the patient comes to us, we immediately begin to work on the most difficult thing, which is to connect them to permanent housing.
Hi, Albert. My name is Julia Cross, and I'm calling from the LA Recuperative Care Program.
I was in the hospital for almost over a year. I had colon cancer. Because of my long stay in the hospital, I had pretty much lost everything that I had. I was sent here to Recuperative Care Center for the rest of my rehabilitation. They made sure my bandages were properly clean, and they made sure I took my meds on time. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's the only program in Los Angeles that meets the patient's needs. The admission process is fast. They can admit the same day, and it's the only one that really allows us to discharge patients to an environment that we feel is safe for them.
Our model actually contains a registered nurse, a site coordinator, and a social worker all in-house. We have formerly homeless patients who act as patient liaisons.
The back end, you gotta keep the weight down.
On average, it costs a hospital $2,400 a day to keep a homeless patient. We charge hospitals $250 a day.
Nice to meet you.
There's 72 homeless recuperative care programs around the country. We run the only 3 that are self-sustaining.
We want to shout it as loud as we can to people and say, this works. We have the numbers that work, and look at the outcomes.
He's a former client too. He just got into housing, has his apartment keys right there.
This has been the single best service for the homeless population that I've seen in 30 plus years of working in the industry.
If I wasn't sent here, they probably would have let me out on the street, and that would have made it really hard for me, especially in the condition I was in. Now I'm living the best I can, and it was all because of this place.